Hello, how's everyone? Looks like this is a little bit. Here, let me just try straighten up this a little bit. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Um, Boy, today I had some kind of a day. Tomorrow I don't work. I can't believe it. But anyway, I came in just to tell you some things that's happening to me. Um, Today I came in the apartment. I'm watching my friend's dog. I love her to death. Her name is Kelly. I think I'm going to introduce you to her. Okay, but anyway, let me tell you. So I came in. I was happy to see her, and I tried to pick her up a little bit. And she came and she wanted to kiss me on my eye, and her face went up and hit me in my eye, and I had my contact on. It made my eye red, so now I can't even wear my. It's getting better, but I couldn't put my contact on, and I know I had all these things to do. I had to go over to YouTube and everything. She's here. My friends and I went away a little bit. We also have a visitor, and just a lot of things are happening. But I wanted this to work out. Now I said, it seems like it's getting better. But anyway, I'm going to introduce you to her since I'm taking care of her. So, anyway, let me move this around, and then I'm going to put her in. I'm going to take her out the room. I'm going to put her in this room, and then I'm going to take her out. Let me see if I put this light on, it'll be better. But I'm gonna introduce you to her, and then I'm gonna bring her right back out. Kelly, come on. Okay, slow down. This is the one. Okay, now we're gonna go back. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now be good. Okay, I'll be back. Okay. Okay, so now you see how Kelly is. Yes. So I couldn't spend that much time with her because she's such a she's young and she's very active. And so I can't really spend that much time with her because I'm doing a paper for my because I'm trying to get into a law school, so I'm doing a paper, and so I can't spend that much time with her. I feel kind of bad, but pretty soon her father is coming home to take care of her. So I hope everybody's doing fine. Also, I hope you're having a good Thanksgiving. So today the tape is going to be on how Jehovah's Witnesses cannot, how can I say? I was going to say can't make it in society, or life threatening. Something about life threatening. How it's life threatening to be a Jehovah's Witness. Okay. Um, there's a lot of reasons why. Like I said, if you listen to my tapes, you can see how I feel, and it's not that I'm trying to say something bad about the Jehovah's Witnesses, but I mean it is. It's just the way it is. I mean, if it's bad, it's bad. And it's going to get worse because the main fact is we went through globalization, and they almost practically didn't make globalization because they're telling. I mean, look what I'm doing now. I'm at home and I'm making a video on YouTube. I mean, do you know how advanced that is? And however, I mean, their governing body got them under control by telling them that the website is, bad and all this other things. So what I'm trying to say, but things are going to keep going. Things are going to keep progressing. And the reason why I say that it's life-threatening to be a Jehovah's Witness, because it takes 8 years, and I said this many times, when you come out of religion, it takes about 8 years to be function normally as a human being to survive in this world. And there's many experiences that I have, and I can definitely say that I know that to be true. I can just say one of them. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna state it, but I'm gonna make this a little bit more. Now I'm gonna show you the structure of this YouTube. I'm gonna say it's life threatening because they they have to get to know God, they have to get to know themselves, and they have to get to know others, live in the world with other people. So let's start with God first. But I'm going to show you something about how their mind is, because my mind was like that too. And also, a lot of ex-Jehovah Witnesses are watching. This tape is for ex-Jehovah Witnesses and my friends who come back as Jehovah Witnesses. Of course, my ex-Jehovah Witnesses are my friends. But I guess the ex-Jehovah Witnesses would be my brothers and sisters. And the Jehovah Witnesses would be my ex-brothers and sisters, but they're my friends, okay? So anyway, I love everyone that visits and everything. So anyway, this is how the mindset. I remember, and I know other people also remember, when they used to have these people who would come into the congregation. I remember specifically one time is when I was in the assembly, a circuit assembly, and this guy stood up and go, "He's lying, he's lying, he's lying." And I remember, the reason why I remember it, because I remember how my mindset was. My mind was not to question at all. They had trained me that if the people do that they're evil slave class, and they're just trying to ruin things for us or something like that. But I mean, like right now, my mind is thinking about how my mind was back then. That's so neat how the human mind is, how we can do that. And I could see that I didn't think anything. I had no ability to say, what is that guy saying? He seemed like he was really nice. What is he? I never questioned to anyone. I never said, why did they do that? You understand? I never said anything. My mind would not do it. And it was something that I could not do, handicap. And just like when I said the story about when I had a return visit, and this young guy, I was young, and he invited me back, and I was downstairs, and he was trying to reason with me, but my mind wasn't there. I could not do it. Another time, too, is when I took a class. These are things that I already talked about. I took my first English college class in a community college, and my professor said we needed references. And I went home and did the entire paper on looking up in the aid book in all the Jehovah Witnesses literature. There was nobody in the world that could tell me that wasn't the best information out there. There was nobody. There was no I didn't care about any archaeologists. I didn't care about any historians, anybody. The thing that was the best was what was in the A book. I mean, I was frantically trying to do this paper in the A book and all of the books that they gave me. I mean, it was like, what did I have? There's no library. You know what I mean? There's no library. So, I mean, we had a library, but it was a fake library. You know that. So a lot of Kingdom Halls have libraries, which is a joke. Okay. So anyway, I looked through all these things, and I came up with 5 sources, all Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. And I put down Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, Watchtower, and that was how my mind was set. That what I knew was the best. You know what I mean? So now the first one is God. They have to get to know God. So what are they going to do? Okay? Because it's not easy. They think, first of all, they don't know God because if someone asked them something difficult, they would have to go to the elders. Okay, me and my brother are the ones that we had a family of 7. I went over all of this, and 2 of us. My brother had left a long time ago, and then I left the congregation. I was disfellowshipped, and he was disfellowshipped. Well, now I got to see what point I was making. Um, okay, so, oh, shoot. I was talking about um, I hate when I do this, but I can't turn it off because this is the way I'm learning. Also, so you're helping me. Um, so I was talking about the library. Oh, they don't have a library, and then I was saying they don't know God. Okay, I know the point I want to make. Okay, okay. So that was just a side point I was making because I was telling you that they don't know God. And then I was saying about, okay, because then I wanted to say something about my brother. My, I, I said, I don't know why I said, I'm with this fellowship, and then my brother was this fellowship. Two of us were, I can't get this point, but I know what I want to talk about. So anyway, that one should come to me. Okay, they have to get to know God, okay? And it's not easy. It's not easy to get to know God, okay? Okay, I know what I wanted to say. So, another thing too was that my brother, I was explaining to you that I have a brother who was disfellowship, and one time he asked my sister, he's coming in town. Do you want to, can we have, at least have dinner together? This is after years. I don't even know why he asked. But anyway, she said she has to go ask the elders. I mean, she said, this woman is older than I am, and she's an accountant. She's been an accountant for a long time, worked in accounting, management, human resources, and she has to ask the elders. Then she came back and told him that, I'm sorry, but they said no, I can't. And my sister, like I said, I'll text message her now. I lost contact. I don't even care anymore. Um, I care about her, but I can't do it anymore. So I like text message her and say, "Hi, how are you doing?" And I get a message back maybe a week later saying, "Fine. Okay, now we're getting into God. We're on God. They have to get to know God. There's no way in the world that God's like that." This is why I'm saying it's life threatening. You just don't know God all of a sudden. You can get to know Him and you can realize it's Him, but for Him to function in your life, it doesn't happen overnight after you've been gone on a long trip. That's one reason why I want to say about the Catholics. That's one reason why it's, you can talk to someone. If it's a priest, you can talk to someone to bring you close to God. Of course, He's not hiding from you, but you have to get to know Him. It's not that they do anything, but they do a lot because you don't know Him. You haven't had Him in your life all this time. In order to put Him in your life, there's a lot of things you have to do. And it's not easy because they lived a life to where they were listening, basically shutting God out and putting the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. I believe there's somebody ahead of that, and also the governing body ahead of them. They're actually putting them ahead of God, because if my sister would have prayed to Him with my brother, she would have known that she could say yes, and she could pray before she's talking, before and after or during, while he's there with her. Or she could just ask God and He'll let her know. You know what I mean? But that doesn't take overnight. Because you have all that baggage with the Jehovah Witnesses, you have to get to know God. Of course, you're going to get Him accepted in your life just instantaneously. But how are you? How did you build your life? Did you build your life with God in it? Okay. They don't have God in their life. So they have the governing body in their life. So they will have to close that chapter and prepare themselves to get to know God. And it's not easy, because I know it's not easy, because the thing about it is I've been with God all this time, and it's not an easy road. It's the most satisfying. And there's some things, like right now I'm in a position, I'm doing this dance without music, and I'm at a very high level, higher. I mean, just, I'm not going to go into that, but the thing about it is I mean, there's a point to where I'm just kind of discouraged. Not discouraged, but I know it's going to work out. But I'm at a point to where I have to constantly, like, study, for this thing that I'm doing with Dance Without Music, because it's very important. You'll know that later on. So I'm at a point to where I'm still trying to set this to do this thing, the project that I'm doing, and I can't go any. I want to go faster, but I can't make my body do it faster. I can't make things happen faster. Things happen in the way that they have to happen. It's just like if you want build a building, you just can't all of a sudden have a building. There's a lot of things you have to do, So I'm sure that the human body and the human mind is more complicated than a building. So just think about that. So if you break down that building with the governing body, you're going to have to break it. First, you have to break it down. You have to find God first. Then you have to break that building down. And then you have to rebuild another building. I mean, I'm talking about in yourself, to accept God. My building that I built is with God, and it took a long time. And it's not something easy, or right now I said I'm having a hard time. I was even praying and saying, I don't believe. I mean, I know, but now I know that He's there with me, but it's hard for me to believe because of the hardships that I'm having. When I say hardships, I mean things are not happening the way I want them to happen when I want to have them. So when I want them to happen, so that's kind of hard on me. But they have to get to know all those things. And everybody out here, everybody who's listening, who understands what I'm talking about, you understand that you know God, but it's still things you have to do. Okay, and another thing they have to get rid of as far as knowing God, it's not like their paradise where you're in the paradise and you just have animals around you and you're dressed really nice and you don't even know where you got the clothes. You don't even know where you're gonna work. You don't know all those things, and that's what I thought when I was Jehovah's Witnesses. Like they're in the park. I mean, like, what are they doing? It's no structure. But I know that Jesus has a structure for us, and it's something that we all have to work on and be a part of. So it's life-threatening for them to continually not be with Christ, not be with Jesus, not being with God. Okay, it's life-threatening because when they finally find God, then they have to build their structure, and this takes a long time. And it's not easy, but it's hard. I mean, yeah, it's not easy. It's difficult. It's hard, but it's something that we all have to do. Okay? So now the next thing is you have to get to know yourself. Okay? I'm going to put, I'll put the self first. Another thing, get to know yourself. Okay? Like I said with my sister, let's not go into that one again. Now they have to get to know yourself. What do you want? I mean, like, you lived your life as a Jehovah's Witness, always putting the governing body first, when God wants you to understand your own talents, okay? So now you have to get to know yourself because you have to find your talent. I mean, are you a housewife? The best, and that's very important. I mean, a housewife or a house husband. I mean, you have to get to know that maybe maybe you're maybe the lady is a breadwinner and she's gonna be the boss and she has to make the decisions, or maybe or maybe she's gonna be at home, and that's the real world. I mean, it's not just you have to accept that. I mean, in Jehovah's Witness, there's a man and the women, and the man is the head of the household. But sometimes now, the lady is the head of the household. Maybe your wife is the head of household when you come out of the Jehovah's Witnesses. You're gonna have to adapt to that. Maybe you're the one. Maybe the man is the one that can take care of the children and wants to maybe that's his talent, you know. So I'm saying you have to get to know yourself so that if you are the one who if you're a man and you are the one that has to take care of the children, I mean, like, you have to get to know yourself to know that, hey, yes, I can do it, okay? But those things don't happen overnight. You have to, maybe you're a singer, or maybe you always look like, like these beautiful dreams, like, or a doctor. It doesn't have to be a singer. It could be a doctor. It could be also a secretary. Um, it could be a auto mechanic, cars, whatever it is that you have a talent with. So you have to get to know your talent. It's not delivering. It's not doing books, going from door to door selling books. Okay. It's not just that. You have to understand that there's other resources to get your information from. You're gonna have to open yourself up to that. And these are the things that are coming. The reason why I'm saying it, because you think this is technology now, it's coming double bubble. Double bubble. I mean, you think we're into technology now, and they practically almost made it through this technology, but next time, will they make it to this technology? But what I'm trying to say, they're going to drop you. If things happen up at the top with the Jehovah's Witnesses, they're going to make you think that they're in trouble or something like that. But you're still going to be dropped. You're going to have to figure out, well, what do I do now? But why not start now? You're going to have to find out who you are. And that's very important, to find out who you are. What do you like? And that's what helps you. I mean, say if you found out that you like being a constructor, or just say building buildings, or maybe, working in real estate, okay? I mean, but to find that in yourself, and you can find all these things once you drop the governing body, okay? Because, like I said, they're in your way of becoming who you are. They're in your way, okay? Because I know they're in your way, because I remember when I was the auxiliary pioneer, and I was at the congregation, and I remember he was an elder, and he said something negative about the magazine, the governing body, and I put this in one of my tapes, one of my earlier tapes, and he goes, I think that they shouldn't have said that, and I said, I cannot believe that he's talking about the governing body. And that's all my mind said. My mind didn't say, what did he say? What is it that he said? Is he right or is he wrong? I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it at all. Matter of fact, there's people who are Jehovah's Witnesses who find out that they're wrong at a lot of different points. I had to leave for something else because I couldn't read. I mean, the only thing I can read, I'm not saying if it makes sense, but it was something in the material of the Jehovah's Witnesses that would not allow me to read anything as far as their literature is concerned. I mean, like when I got baptized, I didn't go through they went through all those questions and stuff like that. I mean, I went downstairs, we had one of our ministry schools downstairs, and I went downstairs, and they went over it and stuff like that, but it was a joke. I didn't understand anything that I liked that it was studying and stuff, but I didn't understand anything because I didn't know myself. The only thing that got me to know myself is I got into music. I was very interested in music. And that's what, like I said, your interest, some kind of interest. And it got me to where I could lose everything, but I knew had a direction about something that I liked in my life. You know what I mean? I ended up with nothing, but still I had something in my mind about myself. So that's another life-threatening thing that they're going to have to catch on to, is they have to find out who they are, okay? Then the third thing is about people, okay? It's life-threatening because they don't know about people. I'm going to tell you, like, right when you're at work and you're Jehovah's Witness, you cut pretty much everybody out your life. Okay, just like boom, straightforward. Yes, you do not lie. Okay, I mean, I remember I was thinking about that. How Jehovah's Witnesses do not lie, and you really, really don't lie. But why? I mean, I'm not saying, but why? But you just, it's because somebody told you to. I mean, like sometimes I want to lie, and God will give me like automatically. It's not because Jehovah's Witness say it, not because in Jehovah's Witness you're saying it because it's just like no, I can't do that. But I will lie. I mean, I want to lie about something, and God will say no because I have a relationship with Him. I mean, certain things is like a joke. I mean, some of the Jehovah's Witness things about a joke, like someone saying, just tell him I'm not home or something like that. You know, that's stupid. Of course, okay, he's not home. I mean, that's stupid. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about lie. You know what I mean? So, so anyway, because I have a relationship with God, He's going to tell you. And if you have a relationship with God, you're not going to do certain lies because He's going to just come to you. Can't do that. Sorry. You can't do that. No, I'm sorry. You can't do that. You could do that. Well, no, you can't do that. If you do that, something's going to happen. I mean, that's your relationship with God. God doesn't have a relationship with Jehovah's Witness because He has individual. God has a relationship with everybody that wants to have a relationship. So He deals with individuals. So He's not going to say the Jehovah's Witnesses. He's going to say each person. Okay? So you have to get to know others. Like I was at work, okay? There's this guy who said some really bad things. It was so bad, but it was like he said it so easily. I mean, very bad things. I don't even want to repeat them. And I was praying to God while he was doing it. I was like, see, praying to God while I do it. I didn't need to talk to the governing body. And I was praying to God while he was doing it, and it was like, you know, why is he doing this? You know what I mean? And I went on and on with him. And one time he made me upset, and it was like, don't get upset. God was like, I was praying, don't get, and I got upset even though God said, don't get upset. And then somebody else did something, and I was upset. So I was saying I can understand why God didn't want me to get upset because it made me upset with other people. So I did exactly what He said. And sometimes you don't go along with what God tells you to do, and you see why He told you to do it. But there you have to have a relationship with God. And to build that time up with Him, all that time that you spend in the Jehovah's Witnesses, all the time you spend with the Jehovah's Witnesses, I'm going to say it one more time, all the time that you spend with the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Jehovah's Witness structure, you're taking it away from God, your relationship with God. And that's what you need. You need your relationship with God. So I was saying, I built that relationship. So now I can use the relationship with God to deal with these people. And this guy, like I was saying, he was saying things that it almost seemed like surreal, you know? But he was pinning me down. I mean, it's like, you know, he had something out on me because he wanted to tell me all these things, you know? And then it was a point in time, and it's funny because I said, God let me go through this, you know? He let me go through this with this guy. And then one time, I just knew you know, if you know God, you know. I know he's going to take care of it. He's going to tell you, okay, well, I'm going to take care of it. You spent all this time and you did very well. Now I'm going to take care of it. And it's so nice when God says he's going to take care of it. And he took care of it. Just he did. I didn't know, you know. So dealing with others. So with dealing with others, you need God. So now that goes back to God. And then that's going back to knowing yourself. And then, so you have to have God first. Then you have to get to know yourself. God helps you to get to know yourself. And if you know yourself, those two things, then you get to know other people. And getting to know other people, like they say, I'm not going to say anything about world because I already talked about that. So getting to know other people. In order to do that third thing, like I said in this structure, you have to know God, you have to know yourself, and after you know yourself, you get to know other people. It's life-threatening for the Jehovah's Witnesses because they don't know people. I'm sorry. They don't know who they have to trust, how to trust, so they wouldn't know themselves, and they don't know how to access the help from God, okay? And this all takes time, okay? So, and it's going to be more and more, like for instance, like with the technology now, okay, it's getting to know people. I mean, you can't get on Twitter, you can't get on YouTube, you can't get on this, but now the next thing is it's going to be something else. You're going to have to get to know people. What you've been downing people, you're going to have to get rid of that. And that takes time. Everything takes time. Okay? That's what it is. So to get to know people, it's going to take time. So that's why the best thing to do is to get out now. I don't care. I mean, I got out. I had a hard time, so I can say to just get out. Get your interest. And you might just end up with just your interest. Try and be smart about it. I'm not saying, but it is life-threatening. You have to get out. Anyway, and I already talked to them, and they think I'm not. They think I'm not serious, but I left them a YouTube, and I'm very serious about it because I'm on God's side, and I would never be able to do that. I would never be able to do a YouTube about this subject if I didn't know God, because I would be afraid. Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm fixing my teeth. Doing so much in my teeth. I'm sorry. I still have to do YouTubes. And then I have a problem here because this guy, he did this root canal and he did this operation on the tooth and it busted, even though I paid him like $1,000 something. So anyway, I didn't even want to go back to him. I was like, just get another dentist. And I got to take these braces off, and then I can only do a little bit at a time. I mean, myself, I can only do a little bit as far as my teeth and everything. I'm reconstructing them, but there's no way in the world I want to go through all that in one visit. So I'm taking my time, and you'll see it as I go along. We're going to grow together. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving. Can't wait for Christmas. We're going to all do something for Christmas. Thank you. Bye.